guys? Tim with Tulster here, back again with Ben from Black Lab Operations, man. It's great to have you out here.
Thank you for having me.
And y'all are going to notice something a little different here on the table. It's kind of outside our wheelhouse. But we're going to start kind of dipping our toes into the realm of rifles and kind of looking at, you know, we talk about this multifaceted protector idea, right? We talked about concealed carry, we talked about medical. We're looking to go kind of a step beyond that.
Sure.
And that comes with, in that realm, are really cool tools like rifles.
Yeah.
So Ben, can you talk a little bit about your setup, kind of how you think about multifaceted protection, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, we kind of consider the concealed carry, the on-body handgun as kind of our step one in personal protection. This is what we can carry throughout the day. We can carry it concealed, inconspicuously. You know, the cops are going to call if we walk around with this, right? Or they're going to call the cops, I should say, which is fine. I get it. Whatever. You know, we'll talk through it. But we carry concealed on body, you know, because it's nice for people to not really know what you have, and you don't really need to cause alarm. But in my opinion, I think in a lot, the handgun is really the secondary tool. Yeah. It's the tool that's used to get to the primary weapon. Right. And whatever that primary weapon is, generally a long gun of some kind, whether that's your 12 gauge or that's your rifle, whatever it is. But yeah, I think overall, you know, it's great to be a master of one thing. I think it's better to be highly proficient in many. Yeah, I agree. So it's important to have both levels. But yeah, just to talk a little bit about what we're running here. This is a rifle that I built 12-ish years ago or so, if I have to guess. Yeah, about 12 years ago. This is it's a Noveske shell. It's all parts that I put together myself, but Noveske upper and lower receiver, a Midwest Industries handguard, Noveske barrel. We talked earlier, I have no idea what BCG's in it. Again, that was 12 years ago. Yeah. I've slept a lot since then. Some Magpul stuff like the grip and the bad lever. Then we have a Silencer Co. Suppressor on it, B5 stock, BCM 4-grip. And what we talked about earlier is in the time that I've owned this rifle, about the only thing I've ever changed is the optic. The rifle itself runs flawlessly. Right. It always has. Been very, very, very fortunate with that. I couldn't begin to tell you how many rounds it has through it. Yep. A lot. But it's a great problem to have. I know I haven't burned the barrel up yet, so that's the best I can tell you. So sub like 15K. Yeah, sub probably around somewhere 10 to 15, somewhere around there. But yeah, the only real thing that's changed is the optic. And you know, when I built this originally, it was built as a patrol rifle. Right. It was built to put in my passenger seat and have it to go in houses and things of that nature. And at that time, it probably had any variation of red dots on it, Vortex or EOTech or something of that nature. I went through several different options. A few years ago, I kind of determined that number one, I have several rifles, but number one, if I have to leave the house in a hurry and I need to grab one, this was the one I want to take. Yeah. But the one glaring, not necessarily issue, but the one glaring shortcoming of it was all it had on it was a dot. And if I need to reach out and touch something, I wanted to have a little bit extra capability there. So I did some research. I went and kind of, I looked at different options such as the ACOGs with the dot on top, or just strictly LPVO running zero magnification up to 6 or 8 and things of that nature. I landed on this setup as really kind of the best of both worlds. Okay. You've got an LPVO here. This is a Vortex
Real
LPVO.
Quick.
Yes, please go ahead.
LPVO. For those who don't know, what's that stand for?
Sorry, yeah. LPVO stands for Low Power Variable Optic. Okay. And what that essentially means is it looks a lot like a scope. It's similar to your typical rifle scope, but it doesn't have quite the field of view that your typical rifle scope has, while still maintaining a magnification ability. Cool. So this goes all the way from zero magnification, so just straight up, I'm looking through glass at a dot on a target, or at a reticle on a target, up to 8 magnification. Cool. So it gives me the ability, if I need to reach out and touch something, I have that ability. And then on top of that is a hollow sun dot. Totally, there's no pride in dollar signs for me.
Right.
So this isn't your top of the line dot, right? But it's a very basic, very simple hollow sun dot. And I love this setup, not only again because it gives me that long range capability, but I'm a really tall guy.
Yeah.
So height over bore, the standard at which your sight is above your bore, for me, a higher height over bore is more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's more natural for me.
Keep that nice upright.
My eyes kind of hit that real immediately, and that brings it up for me, which I really, really like. And this has become just overall my very capable rifle to do whatever it is. If I need to clear a building, I can clear a building. If I need to hit something from 200 or 300 yards, I can hit something 200 or 300 yards, and it does a really good job for me.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. This is kind of just it's 12 years of learning a rifle and learning what you want. Yeah, man. So I'm kind of in a similar boat.
Sure.
I haven't had this rifle for 12 years.
Right.
But I've had it for 5, as pretty much as long as I've been able to own a rifle.
Sure.
This receiver set has been in some form.
Yeah.
Whether it started life as a 16-inch barrel like most people do, to now where it sits with a 12.5-inch barrel. It's kind of just evolved slowly throughout time. It's not anything fancy. I'm running arrow precision upper and lower, and other than that, everything is BCM except the barrel. That's a Criterion barrel, and it's just kind of my workhorse. Yeah. I can take this rifle, if I don't knock it over. I've taken shots out to 300 yards just as it sits. As I get older, my eyesight gets worse.
Sure.
I need some of that magnification, so I'm dabbling with LPVOs, but this 512 works great for right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does everything I need it to do.
Well, the 512 was a standard for a long time.
Yeah.
For a reason.
It works.
It's a great optic.
They work. Double A's are cool.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, we walked through our rifle setup, kind of talked about being a multifaceted protector and what that looks like a little bit. Yeah. And this is, like I said earlier, just our starting point. We're going to be covering rifles a whole lot more. We're going to be covering medical more with Ben, more of that multifaceted protector role, and kind of how to embody that and how to become that if you aren't already. So, guys, please stick around. As always, click like and subscribe down in the comments section. If you have any questions, let us know. You can reach out to Ben through all his social media pages, his website, email, all that good stuff. Click the notification bell. Yeah, notification bell. And as always, carry with confidence. Don't look at my castle nut, it's not staked. Don't pay attention.
Stake your castle nut, you godless heathen.
It's important. I need to.